Good day, ZiggyD here, and welcome back for some more Duelist. Today I have some Abyssian gameplay for you guys. I thought I'd show you guys each of the factions and how they play out. And this is an Abyssian Deathwatch deck that I've been working on. It's one of my favorites. I love black in Magic the Gathering, and the theme of black is all about power with sacrifice, and that is very much what Abyssian is about, sacrificing your own creatures and getting bonus effects because of it. So, let's go ahead and trade out two of our 5 and 4 here, try and focus on the early game as usual. Looks like we are going second. There are some pretty nice plays as Abyssian going second. There is a spell that summons 3/1/1 Wraithlings, which you can place in nearby locations, so you can essentially place one here, here, and here, denying 2 of the mana springs, which is a pretty nice opening play. Let's go ahead and replace this guy. And we don't have the best early game here. We have a couple of play options. We could just play both of our artifacts and set that up for later. That's our 2 points, and we're not really able to take any mana springs that way. We could drop a Shadow Watcher on the Mana Spring, but that gives him the option of just walking up and killing it, which is a bad idea. Shadow Watcher is a card that becomes very powerful with investment. It's 2/2 and very easy to kill on its base body, but dropping it down and having it watch things die, it will grow very strong very quickly. My preferred play here is actually to drop the Shadow Watcher down back here and then move forwards. Shadow Watcher is safe back here unless he has removal, and if he commits removal to the Shadow Watcher, then I am happy. So we're gonna do that. Because this is an Abyssian Shadow, like mirror match here, there's gonna be a lot of Deathwatch happening, and these games can be a little crazy. So this could be a very interesting match. Looks like he's not playing to grab the Mana Spring. He's playing to kill the Shadow Watcher there, so that's fair. That's fair. I mean, there's not too much we can do about that here. If he's going to play a rush to kill it, then, you know, we trade card for card. Not the biggest deal. Those rush creatures, yeah, it's a pretty good trade for him, honestly, but there's not too much we could have done to avoid that. You just have to kind of hope that he doesn't have something like that. So, we do have Breath of the Unborn. This spell is incredible for this mirror match here because it deals 2 damage to all enemy minions. Very, very strong at board clear, which can allow you to clear up a bunch of Wraithlings to prevent them from getting Death Watchers. Same time, you can kill some Death Watchers before they activate and gain extra effects. Works exceptionally well. Now, not really sure of the play here. We don't really have too much available. Ritual Banishing is pretty useful to keep around, but I think I'm going to get rid of one Horn of the Forsaken here. We pulled Vorpal Reaver, which is an amazing card, but not very relevant just here, so I'm thinking at this point we just have to deny a Mana Spring. We can't really do anything with it. That's kind of life, though, so I'm going to activate this, and we'll do a little bit of face damage to the General. So this artifact, Horn of the Forsaken, summons a 1/1 Wraithling whenever our General deals damage, and that's what we've done just there. Let's wish our opponent good luck, have fun. We're a little late, but that's okay. We're distracted making videos. It's okay. This mirror match, us heaving at the exact same time. It's intense. The stare down was intense. What's he going to be playing? He goes and grabs the bottom Mana Spring and plays a Blood Moon Priestess, a very, very strong card, and one that we want to kill immediately, because this thing, Deathwatch, summon a Wraithling on a nearby space. This snowballs hard. It summons Wraithlings as you sacrifice Wraithlings, which you can sacrifice the Wraithlings, summoning more Wraithlings, and before you know it, the entire board is covered in Wraithlings. So we have 2 ways of doing that. We could use our hard removal here. I think the best choice, though, is to Demonic Allure it and whip it over to us and kill it with our General. Now, it might have actually been better to bring it here so that we could have moved our General up and then hit it so that we could have gotten the Mana Spring next turn. But we're still in good position to take the Mana Spring anyway, so it's not a big deal. So we'll go ahead and grab this. I'm going to replace Vorpal Reaver. I really should be doing that at the start of my turn. I always forget to do this, but there you go. Give a friendly minion Deathwatch, gain 2/2, turns him into a Shadow Watcher essentially. A little expensive, but potentially not a bad play for us here. We can move this guy up, play this. Might have been not, maybe we could wait till next turn to do that, but we'll see how this plays out. We'll see if we can get some Deathwatch procs on the next turn. I wanted to play it on curve for the mana there, but maybe I could have just played my faction ability, Shadow Spawn, which summons 2 Wraithlings, and then been in a better position to play it next turn and activate it that same turn. So we'll see what he has here. He might have a Demonic Lure to kill it. Demonic Lure to kill it, okay. So, I mean, he countered one of my okay cards with one of his okay cards. I'm not too fussed about that. I would have preferred to have kept it alive though, so the play of playing my General Power first would have probably been better. So he's got a lot of creatures up on the board now, and he's in a strong position to throw down a Deathwatch and then just throw them all against my general. Apologies for tigers barking in the background. That can be pretty brutal. Now, I could just full out remove all of his minions at this point, which would ensure my safety against any Deathwatch plays on the next turn. Potentially not a bad idea. I also do like Reaper of the Nine Moons here. Summon a random minion on the opponent from the opponent's deck onto this space. This faction doesn't have too many bigger cards that would be very beneficial. I think what we'll do is we'll board clear here just to be safe in case he plans on throwing a Deathwatch down next turn, because he's in a really solid position to do exactly that. So we'll play our Horn of the Forsaken. We'll play our Shadow Spawn. And I'm going to position myself... Ooh, maybe I should have moved up there because there's a chance I could have... it's not a big deal. We'll attack here and we'll summon 2 Wraithlings. We do, of course, lose the durability every time we attack, and there's no real way around that. I think I might actually replace this. Again, should be replacing those at the start of the turn, but I thought I might want to play. I changed my mind at the last possible moment there. So he might have a minion to play down on the Mana Spring here. So yeah, I could have potentially denied that had I been up there. He doesn't get the RNG to land on the Mana Spring, so looks like he just played a pretty powerful Deathwatch minion here. Whenever a creature dies, this thing deals 1 damage to me and will heal him for 1. So that can spiral out of control pretty quickly in this mirror match. So I think we're going to deal with that straight away. So the best play is to use this Wraithling, kill this Wraithling, and kill him. So just straight up remove him there. And 1 proc because of my Wraithling dying, but we couldn't really avoid that. So he got limited value out of that, which I'm reasonably happy with. So what I'm going to do, we're going to deny this now, and that actually is good because I get to use that mana now too. And I'll play Dialtus here. This epic card's... I'm not fully convinced with this epic card in this deck. I've been having some success with it, but not entirely sure yet. But essentially, when it dies, it summons a 0/10 provoke Tombstone Knee or General. That can really lock down the battlefield at times, but at other times it's kind of useless, so I haven't really decided how I feel about this one just yet. But we are going to trade minions here so that he's not able to throw down a Deathwatch and get the... We don't want to give him the initiative for Deathwatch, so we're trying to manage his minions as much as possible. And I think we will Shadow Spawn here. I'll save this one, because at the same time we want to keep our Wraithlings on the board wherever possible. Although I'm lower in health here, I feel like I'm in a better position on the board, so I don't feel too bad about attacking. This is the exact reason why we want to save our minions on the board as much as possible. Force him to have to remove them, essentially. He just summoned a 4x4 Shadow Creep, which is going to kill us all, so that's pretty unfortunate. It's a nasty spell. Summons 4 Shadow Creeps, and Shadow Creeps deal 4 damage. Well, they deal 1 damage per other Shadow Creep on the battlefield in that location at the end of the owner's turn. It is fairly brutal. It is fairly brutal. Now, we could hang back and play a little defensively here, or we could move forwards. I'm not exactly sure. I can only really get 1 proc on Soul Grimoire this turn, so that's not that useful. Not exactly sure how I want to play this. I think we might actually play defensively. We can hang behind our Provoke. He's going to be there for a couple turns at least. And I think I'm going to play the Soul Grimoire. I'm going to throw this guy on the Shadow Creep, and he can die. That's fine. That's fine by me, because we want to get those Soul Grimoire procs. Because this is going to give us 2 damage every time a death happens on the battlefield. Now, we could Demonic Lure this guy. I don't know. I have 5 mana. I feel like replacing this. Again, I should have done that earlier, but... We're going to throw this here, and this will summon another 1/1 Wraithling, so it's a 2/2 creature that summons a nearby 1/1. So, that's okay. Alright, we have a few potential Deathwatch procs here that we can potentially take advantage of here. He might have some board clear, but that would work in my favor. Anything like that deals 2 damage to the entire opposite side would only take 1 durability off. I have 2 durability. I only need 1 or 2 good hits to get the good value out of this. It's like he's thrown down a whole lot more of this, and that's going to deal 8 damage this turn. That is disgusting. That is brutal. So that puts me in a very rough position. So I'm not really going to be able to attack with my general using Soul Grimoire anymore, so that's a little unfortunate. Rush. Whenever this deals damage to an enemy minion, deal 4 damage to the enemy general. Spectral Revenant is beastly, so this is actually pretty good for us here. I'm going to summon my Spectral Revenant just here. And we're going to attack this 1/1 minion. We're which will deal 4 damage to the enemy general, and I'll attack the enemy general here. I'm in a lot of danger though. Obviously, being 2 life is very concerning, so we just have to hope that he doesn't have another one of these or any direct face damage at all. Abyssian doesn't have too much direct face damage, but another Shadow Creep would definitely kill us. It's a pretty brutal spell because it plays it, and then you end your turn and it deals its damage, so... What's he demonic luring here? Oh, he's throwing my creature away, of course. So he's gonna send that over onto the Shadow Creep where it'll die, so that's a pretty good play. That Shadow Creep is giving him a lot of zoning potential here. So, pretty brutal for me. This game is not going well, guys. We had an okay opening, but it's going south very quickly. The old Black Solace is pretty strong. Whenever a Wraithling is summoned, it gains 2/2, making it very powerful. Shadow Watch is not going to do me any good here. We can summon 3 Wraithlings, but that's not really going to do much either. I'm thinking we're pretty much dead, guys. We're going to try and block where we can here, but it's not going to achieve all that much, sadly. Alright, we're going to play these guys down here. I mean... Maybe in some universe we can force a draw, because we can one-shot his general without general, but we need to somehow get to him first, without dying in the first place, so... We're hoping for removal this next turn, for hard removal, and then maybe we can have like an army battle, and pull something off perhaps, but it's gonna be really tough, guys. It's gonna be really tough. So he's just getting stronger and stronger. We pretty much only have removal. I could demonic lure him away and buy time, or I could gamble for the removal next turn. Not entirely sure. He does have the Blood Moon Priestess, which is gonna just keep his army chock-a-block full of Wraithlings now. So that's a little unfortunate for me. Think this one is going downhill, guys. Look at that, 2023. As you can see, Abyssian, this is kind of nice there was an Abyssian mirror match here, because whether I won or lost, you guys were going to see some good Abyssian combos happen regardless, so it's a good showcase game, whether I win or not. But, anyhow, you can see how it can really snowball out of control with this summoning, and each time one of this summons one, this guy gains damage, and that's what Abyssian is all about, I feel, so... Oh, well, we're gonna have to, no, you know what? I think we'll gamble. We'll gamble it. Let's see what we get. Alright, we got Jaxi. That's not really gonna save us. Not really. Well, that is pretty much gonna be game, guys. We'll play this out just here. We'll see just how out of control his Black Solace gets. Let's throw this guy down here. And we will somewhat block here. Every time we're killing one here, it's not summoning because this guy's currently surrounded. This only works if there's empty spaces nearby. So at least we have that going. Look at our 38 damage general though. If by some miracle I can get to his general, I can at least tie the game. I've never tied a game before in this actually, so that could be interesting. Blood Moon Priestess is going to move forward so it can actually get some procs again. But, I mean, I don't think it's going to make too much difference either way. Oh, he's got another Black Solace. Oh, buddy. This guy's got some nice cards in his deck. Them Black Solaces. That 22-25 Black Solace is pretty obscene. My chances of getting 2 removal are very low. Not gonna work so well. Alright. Yep. Oh, maybe. Maybe, guys. Oh, just maybe. Maybe I can tie the game. Oh, what? No way. What? What? I've never done this before. 46 damage to the face. I'm gonna go out swinging. If I'm going down, I'm taking you with me. That was pretty brilliant, actually. That was good. I think that was a fun showcase of some Abyssian gameplay. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you want to see some more Duelists, let me know down in the comments below. If you want to see certain factions or certain decks, let me know. If you're a Duelist player and have some recommendations, also let me know. That's it for now. I'm ZiggyD, and thanks for watching.